There's been a general shift in capital's considerations of various different submarkets within Vietnam. What we've noted is that there's a movement towards gateway cities, so Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. Primarily this has been driven by a lack of supply in the market. There's a limited number of rooms and keys coming through the two key markets. We're down to around 1,500 over the next 18-24 months. So investors are sort of targeting these two key markets really to look to repositioning opportunities versus the traditional way of coming in where we would look to greenfield style of projects. Scaling hospitality portfolios in Vietnam has been a challenge. The reason for that is we've seen an evolution in the market in the last 10 years from predominantly investor owner-operated projects, singular projects of various different levels of quality, and there's been a lack of the ability to form portfolios. So we're in a position now where a group, perhaps an institutional investor looking to form a portfolio, has to look to consolidate various different ownerships into one platform. So this intends to require multiple negotiations in different parts of the country with different vendors having different expectations on pricing, for example, and having to go through a very slow, prolonged process to pull everything together. So that's challenge number one. Second challenge has been where to buy. Infrastructure, slowdowns with infrastructure, challenges on when infrastructure is going to be delivered has always been a key concern for investors. And the final part of that is legal title and ownership of projects. This is being addressed at the moment at a development level from the government with streamlining of processes. However, that is always a concern when groups are coming through targeting potential projects, is how long they'll take to mature and be stabilized. Okay. I think in terms of the tourism trends, that's probably quite key. So Vietnam is supporting the increase of number of tourists, international tourist arrivals coming into the country through very simple things. Visa on arrivals from multiple countries, expanding out the amount of time you can spend in the country without having to apply for a visa, trying to encourage developers to concentrate more on the ESG credentials for projects. And they're trying in a way, and developers and investors are trying in a way to match their product now to the requirements of arrivals coming in. We're noting in the market that there's a swing towards much more sort of destination stewardship, for example, wellness, branded residencies, where people understand that they're going to come and get an experience themselves on their 2-week holiday in, say, Phu Quoc, Quy Nhon, etc., and so on and so forth. At this stage, we feel that we are at the start of the evolution where we're moving from, again, owner, investor, developed singular units into large-scale investors, institutional capital coming through to consolidate and build up their portfolios. What we feel is that Vietnam will continue with its trajectory in terms of market growth. The entire market here is only $25 billion US, but it's going to compound at roughly 8% per year over the next 5-6 years, roughly the same as Thailand. So we're hoping to see the first movers into the market start to consolidate and build up that portfolios. We're hoping to see a rationalization of pricing where we will see benchmark large-scale sales being done at a rate, going in rate, a cap rate, that matches investor expectations from institutional capital. We're hoping in the next 5 years we'll start to see some of these portfolios being built up and then traded again to actually see us evolve from very much the embryonic first stage of the market to a fully mature and stabilized international